So please don't go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on my channel. How are you all doing today? Hopefully very good. Now, I know it's been a bit of a while, but I have some sad news. There's no more Quadrant SMP. But yeah, I think it was okay. Thank God I had nothing on me. But I think we all decided as a group that because of the inactivity on the vanilla server, that there's no point of it, so they just shut it down. And yeah, so the Quadrant members, we're all still friends. We've all contacts with each other and all that. And yeah, so the modded server is still there, which I'm not going to be recording because I don't really like modded. But I'll be logging on now and again just to see what the story is. But yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a story time episode. Just while I'm here on GOTPvP, playing Skyblock. I've never done this. I tried to do it before, but I killed the cow, I chopped down the tree, I turned my lava into obsidian, and that was it. There was like nothing else I could do. But yeah, what? Go away. I hate the auto jump feature. It's not nice. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to play the Quadrant SMP intro as a sort of goodbye, and let's get into this episode. And if at any point you like what is happening in any part of this video, go down there, just scroll down and hit that like button. It lets me know that you like my videos. And yeah, one like equals one story time. Let's go! So yeah, what I'm going to be talking about in this story time is about how to stay positive. I think that's one of the main things that's wrong with this world, is people always look at the news and look at stories and hear stories about this and about that and just keep hearing negative things. They keep hearing negative things and like what's wrong with the place, and it's depressing. No? I think it's depressing. So like, one of the very first things I started to work on, well, consciously with my own personal development to improve my outlook on life, was to think positive. It's like, so I'm going to give you 11 simple steps on finding positive situations and using it to your advantage. It's like, number one, I always find the optimistic viewpoint in a negative situation. It's like, what that means is like, it's one of the simplest but most effective ways to build a more positive outlook. And it's like, for example, when I'm in what seems like a negative situation, maybe I've made mistakes or I failed or stumbled in some kind of way, and I ask myself, like, what's the one thing that's positive or good about this situation? And like, what's the one opportunity within this situation? It's like, doing so is a whole lot better than what I used to do in those situations. Because back then I usually asked myself how much I sucked and how much things could get even worse now. It's like, well, I do, however, not always use these questions right away. It's like, something bad happens, I don't be like, oh, what's the one thing that's positive? What's one opportunity here? Like, often I need a bit of time to process the thoughts and feelings that arise in the situation before I can do that. It's like trying to force optimistic thinking when you're still in an emotional turmoil or a bit shocked usually doesn't work very well. It's like, another thing is to cultivate and live in a positive environment. It's like who you choose to spend your time with and the input you get from further away, like the TV or the internet or magazines, that'll have a huge effect on your outlook. So to be able to stay positive, it is essential to have influences in your life that support you and lift you up instead of dragging you down. So carefully consider what you let into your mind. You can, for example, ask yourself, who are the 3 most negative people I spend time with? What are the 3 most negative sources of information I spend time on? Consider your answers to those 2 questions. Who are the 3 most negative people I spend time with? And who are the 3 most negative sources of information that I spend time on? What are the 3 most negative sources of information I spend time on? Then think about how you can start spending less time with one of those people or with any bit of information sources this week. Just do it. And how can you spend more of the time you have now freed up with one of the most positive sources or people in your life? Another thing is to go slowly. I found that when I go too fast, when I try to think, talk, eat, or move around in my world real quickly, then things don't go too well. It's like stress, it builds up. It's like negative thoughts about just about anything start to well up, and I feel like my own personal power decreases. But if I slow down for a few minutes, at any point, even if I have to force it by walking, talking, and eating slower, then my mind and body calms down too. Like it becomes easier to think things through clearly again, and easier to find optimistic and constructive perspective. It's like, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. In other words, it's very easy to lose perspective, especially if you're stressed and you're going too fast. And so a molehill can become a big and terrifying mountain in your mind. It's like, visualize that. A simple 3-step way I found to handle those situations so they don't get out of hand is to say stop, like in your mind, shout stop or no. We're not going down that path again. As soon as thoughts of this kind start to spin in your head. And really important one is to breathe. Like a lot of people, you hear people saying this, breathe, and all this. It actually helps. Like after you've disrupted the thoughts by shouting stop, sit down and be still, breathe with your belly and focus on just your in-breaths and out-breaths, even if it's for 1 minute or 2. And it will calm your mind and body, honestly. And then refocus. Question your mountain building thoughts by talking to someone close to you, writing it in a journal, getting a bit more grounded on the situation by just venting or getting his or her input, or simply just ask yourself to widen your perspective and to chill the fuck out. Will this matter in 5 years or even 5 weeks? If yes, then I'm sorry, you need to do something about it now. If not, who gives a crap? It's like, something's worrying me now, but in 5 years' time, will that worry me? No, it'll be long in the past. So it's just stop. It's like, don't let vague fears hold you back from doing what you want. I mean, sometimes you might want to take a chance in life, start a new habit that feels unfamiliar, your own business on the side, or ask someone out for a date. A common trap when you want to do one of those things is to get lost in vague fears about what could happen if you actually took action on one of those things. And so your mind runs wildly, fueled by fear, and it creates scenarios in your head that will never happen. 99% of the time, things that you play out in your head of what could happen will never happen. Like, I know there may have been times, but I've learned to ask myself this, honestly, what is the worst that could happen? It's like, oh, I'm going to ask this person out for a date. Oh, but what if I die? Seriously? Like, over the past few years, I've discovered that the worst thing that could realistically happen is usually not as scary as the nightmare my fear-fueled mind could produce. Finding clarity in this way doesn't take much time or effort, and it can help you to avoid much mind-made suffering. And to help you get going, step outside of your comfort zone. Take that chance. Add value and positivity to someone else's life. Now that's an important one. What you send out, you tend to get back from the world and the people in it. Now this is karma 101. What you send out, you tend to get back from the world and the people in it. Though not from everyone and not every time. But what you send out there matters a whole lot. What you give the world and how you treat it is what you'll get back. And the way you treat others and how you think of them also tend to have a big effect on how you treat and think about yourself. So give value and spread positivity. For example, helping out, listening, boosting the mood. Lend people a hand when moving. Give a friend a ride in your car. Sometimes people don't want any direct help. They just want someone to be there fully and listening as they vent for a little while. Smile. Smiling is contagious. If you smile at someone, 90% of the time they're going to smile back. And that means they're smiling. Play uplifting music when hanging out with a friend. Encourage someone who's had a bad day or going through a bad time to have a hug. Or just encourage them. Like, another one is exercise regularly and eat and sleep well. This is very obvious, of course, but I know the big impact a good night's sleep or good workout can have. Like, I don't exercise. My sleeping schedule is a mess. Like, I woke up this morning, I felt like I needed to go back to bed. I had no energy. But I know it's much simpler to think clearly and optimistically when my stomach is not empty. So eat well. I eat well. I look forward to my 3 meals a day. I look forward to it. I like my food. I don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. So I highly recommend being careful about these basic habits that may sound boring, but they do have a huge effect either way, depending on how you manage them. Now, learn to take criticism in a healthy way. Don't reply to people straight away. Listen to the criticism. And remember that criticism isn't always about you. Like, one of the most common fears is the fear of criticism. It can hold people back from doing what they want in life, because having negativity flowing out of someone's mouth or email or text or Snapchat or a YouTube comment, and it being about you or something that you've done, can hurt. And being rejected can sting quite a bit. But if you want to take action on what you deep down want, then criticism is pretty much unavoidable. So the key is learning to handle it in a healthy way. By doing so, your fear of it will lessen and it will hurt less if you do get criticized. Like, I usually use these 4 steps when I get criticism. It's like, don't reply straight away. Take a couple of deep breaths or time to process the message you received before you respond. Listen to the criticism. Ask yourself, is there one thing I can learn from this criticism? Is there something here that I may not want to hear, but it could help me? It's like, remember that the criticism isn't always about you. Some is helpful. Some is simply attacks or someone lashing out because they're having a bad day. But to listen to sting of such criticism, often really angry or overly critical in an unconstructive way, like, I try to be understanding. I think to myself that this person might not be feeling well at the moment or might not be having a good day. And another one, the final one, is to reply or let go. No matter the content of, for example, an email, text, or whatever it may be, I try to keep my reply level-headed and kind. And if they don't reply, or I've simply gotten a nasty attack, then it's time to delete it and let that situation go. Like I said, will that affect me in 5 years' time? I think not. So drop it and move on. Take a few breaths. Look forward to that next workout. Look forward to your next meal. I don't care what it is, just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf says, just do it. That is such a meme now. I don't know why I said that. But number 9, if something still gets under your skin, then know what to do. Sometimes something can get under your skin and still hurt you, even if you use the steps above. The 2 things that help you with this challenge are to let it out. Just letting that issue out into the light, taking it over with someone close, can be very helpful to see it for what it actually is, and to find a healthier perspective on the situation. Improve your self-esteem. I found that over the years, with a stronger self-esteem, things drag me down less and they don't ruin my day as much anymore. Negativity from others bounces off me much more often instead. It's like, if you want to practice help with this, then click, there's a link down below called a step-by-step self-esteem course. Read it, do it. It's if you feel like that's what you need to do, then do it. Like an example. Now, 10 years ago, me and my brother, we used to fight a lot. But like, as brothers do. And I used to get upset over it. And I used to get upset. I used to go crying to my mother and all that. And I said 10 years ago, I was 14. I was an immature teen. But how would you say, if I had an argument with my brother now, it wouldn't bother me. Like, he's my brother. Like, it'll bother me for maybe a day if it's a bad argument, but then the week later, now I don't really care, because I know that we'll get over it and we'll just still be brothers. We'll still love each other and all that. It's just looking at things like that in a different way help you stay more positive. And second last one is to start your day in a positive way. And that means start your day, because how you start your day usually sets the tone for the rest of your day. So be careful about how you spend your mornings. If there's going to be a full speed, loss and future troubles in your mind, then stress, perceived loss of power over your life, and negative thoughts will ramp up quickly. However, if you start your day by moving slowly and having an uplifting conversation with your family member or friend, listening to some inspiring music, or reading some nice articles, listening to music on your ride to work or school, it'll make a big difference on how your whole day will go. And finally, mindfully move through your day. When you spend your time in the present moment, then it becomes so much easier to access positive emotions and to stay practical about what you can usually do about something in your life. By moving slowly through your morning and hopefully through much of the rest of your day, it becomes easier to mindfully stay in the moment you are in. It might sound like a small and insignificant thing to do, but this simplifying reconnection with the moment can have a very positive effect on the rest of your day. And yeah, those were my steps on staying positive during the day. Okay, everybody, that's going to be it for this episode of Storytime. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please hit that like button down below. It lets me know that you actually watched the video and that you liked it. And if you didn't like it, hit that dislike button, so that way I know not to make this series a thing. But yeah, that's it for story time, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all at the next one. Talk to you later. Goodbye.